Creation, a world on the brink. In the age of sorrows, dangers abound and cataclysms loom on the horizon. But it is not without heroes. The Exalted, those chosen and empowered by the mightiest of the gods, are all around the world. They have, and can, pull it back from the precipice of oblivion. That is, when they aren't too busy fighting each other. Now, Chills as Corrack as Lathander.
Oh man, I might have the shits. I just drank a milkshake.
And Alatos as Gavel.
I killed your shark, bitch!
Poor baby.
And everyone else, played by me, Gamerex, the GM. Gonna be honest with you, this is probably the closest we'll ever get to a D&D dungeon crawl. This whole's a game. Must band together to save the dreaming sea, and perhaps reality itself,
D&D.
from the greatest threat creation has ever known. All this and more on FateBreakers. By the time you're listening to this, our first episode has probably come out. I'm very sorry.
I'm very sorry if you for this one too.
I'm not apologizing for anything.
I'm never wrong.
How dare you? I'm never right.
So, you guys care to? Would you guys care to tell the public what we fuckers
If
did
you'll
last
tell
session?
them what you did last
yeah,
session.
we went to our...
I forget.
We lifted a giant whale as an acid shield to get to our tomb island, and then we had a fight, to which I almost drowned multiple
We
times.
shot a shark. It was pretty cool.
And then
We have a boat.
I curbed a shark's
You were really-
skull in
you were
with
really
my
mad about
foot. I was.
And you-
she was.
You would have if that kid couldn't breathe underwater,
Rex.
you would have drowned him.
Rex,
Oh,
you
yeah,
gotta
the way
really,
easy.
I love it,
Easily.
man, but you really gotta stop putting fucking children in the battlefield where they are liable to get shot. Like, better yet. You should stop putting children, giving children guns, sending them to the battlefield, and telling them to shoot the protagonists until they do something about it.
And then the protagonists try to stop it, but then it's like, we're trying to tell the kid, hey, no, we're trying to do something. Don't do this or you'll get hurt. Stop working for these people. I'm not working for anyone. Oh, so you should just die.
Yeah, that was just a random kid who literally exalted last week.
Yeah, they're like,
just
no, I'm
testing out their new
quirky. I
water
want to sit here and
powers.
die.
I mean, kind of, yeah.
Real alto energy there.
No, they're not here. No bully Alto.
Bully
That's
Alto all
later.
the time.
Also, you met the very depressed and now unemployed god of the
feel that.
volcano on this island.
Yeah.
Who, used up basically all their energy to desperately call on the unconquered sun to get a champion.
Yeah,
Who
and
is currently trying to stop the invaders in the tomb.
I also cussed them out into becoming the new salt god, or at least going to become the new salt god.
Yeah,
That's
once
what I
the
said.
paperwork for that
That's
is
what I
in
said.
order. Speaking
Sodium
for-
chloride.
Yep, speaking for what's in order, the tomb.
Of annihilation.
Not that one. The whole point of the tombs that the Solars and Lunars and other Celestials were buried in was to mollify their ghosts after being overthrown so that their ghosts didn't also go crazy and destroy the world.
Fair.
Now, unfortunately, one of the last things that Magnanimous Pyroclast, the unemployed former volcano god, told you before he pointed towards the tomb is that pointing out it's a very narrow structure, so unfortunately the Deedites aren't necessarily going to be able to come in with you.
Yeah, the Deadites can just wait outside and do their thing.
Hey, Deedites is a slur. One of the guys in the back yells.
I ignore him promptly.
Okay. All right. So, what's the marching order going to look like? Is there anything you guys want to prepare before you enter the dungeon marker?
I'm going to
Let's
sleep.
see. You're going to sleep.
Yes.
Correction, you're going to attempt to sleep before I kick you awake the moment you try to sleep.
I'm gonna sleep.
I'm gonna kick him awake as soon as he tries to sleep.
I'm gonna activate my
roll a
mist
four-
body.
Your what body?
Oh yeah, no, I have mist body. I turn
I
into
breathe in.
mist.
No, you
Yeah, I
don't.
do. That's one of my lunars.
It's not on.
Yes, it is.
Bish is not. Bitch, that ain't on your
Yeah,
sheet.
it is.
It's you're too low level essence for that.
What do you mean? You can be essence. It's an essence 0. Anybody can be.
You start at essence 1.
Yeah.
The misshaped thing's essence 2.
No.
I suck in the mist and I take Corrack with us forcibly.
No.
At this point in the shenanigans, Nue actually taps Lathander on the
Oh
shoulder.
no, I'm not actually going to sleep. I'm just that
Okay,
was a joke. That was a bad bit.
All right, well, she's gonna say, "Hey, they're gonna steal all your shit if you don't hurry. I want my shit too. I'm buried there as well."
You don't fucking say.
Oh yeah, no, I murdered people that try to take our shit.
Alright.
So I mean,
I actually wanted to talk about that. I did a quick scan on the way here with the big ass whale eyes. I didn't see any corpses.
the reason why I didn't see corpses were my butterflies picked them to shreds.
Robots?
Well, I saw some shredded tentacles, but
Yeah.
there would have still been some human bodies left after whatever that guy did, and I didn't see him. I don't know if you killed him. They're not here, but
So we may
they
be
might have gotten
dealing
away.
with another necromancer is what you're suggesting.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, Lunars have this thing. I know you're not too familiar with us yet. Lathander, you've seen a bunch of animal people around the mountain. The Mount Namas, I think it's called.
yeah.
So Lunars can do that to people. It gives them a real big buff in strength or fortitude or what have you. But cause of the look like, well, let's just say there's a big prejudice against that kind of thing. My guess is that's what he's doing to all of his men. Making it real easy for him to swim everywhere.
You'd think that they die with how less salt there is, and unless they're freshwater jellyfish. Because their bladder
humans can
would've-
survive in water.
Yes, but they wouldn't be able to swim that much because their bladder would have exploded.
What?
I
Is
don't.
that how?
I don't think you know how humans work.
No, I'm talking about jellyfish.
Nue goes cross-eyed trying to figure out how the biology
Listen,
works.
if we sit here and let them explain animal facts to us we're going to be here for way too long. So we should probably move on.
Yeah, no, let's
Probably
get
move
going.
on.
All right. First things first, I would like all of you to make your choice of either an awareness or war roll on the approach to the tomb.
It's me. I'm
Gotta
gonna be doing war facts. Hold on, let me put my character sheet over
Alrighty,
to my
so
left.
what were they again? A war and awareness, you said?
War or awareness, whichever one is
Do
better
we
for you
get
guys.
Any bonuses from attributes or
Yeah, you could put in. Let's say this is a finesse
finesse
attribute.
attribute? Okay,
Yes.
so I have 6d10s then.
Also, keep track of what your current moat total is and what your current anima
Right.
total is from previous sessions.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Those don't regen.
That's 4 successes.
1 regen per hour. So this has been another. That's a botch.
Yep.
But I got 4 successes, so I should know something.
Yeah. So we'll. I'll give you the results of that botch. And the success once we get the other roll from Adam.
And so it begins.
Wait, Alatos, so imagine doing that like 8 times in a row.
All right, that's
Oh, don't worry.
that's
Oh,
fine.
hey,
I got-
5 successes.
You forget I had plenty of failures
That's
last
true.
session. You forget this.
I remember you spending a good chunk of that battle just waterlogged.
So I have 3
Yeah.
motes, and my anima was super flaring, if I remember.
It's at 4. So by scene, an anima goes down by 1, and the motes go up by 1. I think so. Everyone recover 1 mote and go down 1 anima.
Okay, so
Okay,
I should be
so-
at 4
3.
motes then, right? Max is 5.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm at 5 mode to anima.
5 mote, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 anima.
I think Adam went through a lot. He might
Yeah,
have
I
like
think
been
I
as low as
had-
2.
I think I had like 2 anima, so I think I had like 2 motes, so I think I go up to 3, and then I have
I have no
1
idea.
anima.
Yeah.
Or
I have
no,
no idea how I got
sorry.
to 6 anima.
No,
or
sorry,
7
5
last
anima.
time.
I said 1.
Well, it'll keep going up. Don't worry.
So am I still
and now,
in
speaking
Super
of the
Saiyan mode?
results,
Yeah.
Adam and Lathander, you notice that there are a handful of footprints in the mud. Presumably, they were not affected by the giant acid rain. They're still in the soil or washed away. They're still in there pretty deep. One set of footprints is exceptionally massive. We're talking like 500 pounds heavy into the dirt. They're like up to your ankles. They're like up to your waist, maybe deep. It's pretty crazy. And there seems to have been a series of explosions at the front of the tomb. Gavel, roll a fortitude plus physique check, because acid rain got in your eyes.
Okay, fortitude plus physique.
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. 40, 10, 7. Okay, sure.
That was difficulty 3, so it stings like a motherfucker, but you do not take an injury.
Thank goodness.
That's very, very fortunate.
Yeah, unfortunately, some of the runoff just kind of fell off a nearby rock and bloop, bloop, went right in both eyeballs.
Ah, damn
This
it.
place is seeing better days. Especially now it's housing some form of Bigfoot.
Let me make a quick roll for because there's not room enough for 10,000 guys, but there is room enough for one other Lunar. So let me make a roll
She's
for
not
Nue.
in fucking beast mode, is she?
Not right now, no, that wore off. 2 successes. So she doesn't get the details of the extensive footprintography, but she does notice one other detail. A shitload of disintegrated mechanical warriors, or rather the remains of them. I think was this rain just to deal with all of them?
I don't know.
Seems a bit like overkill to me.
It does seem a bit
Do
too
the footprints
suspicious,
lead
I
to
think.
anywhere where the disintegrated bodies, like, do they end where the disintegrated bodies are, or like, do they still?
They end a little bit past that, where you could, with those rolls you made earlier, you could see a pretty closely hidden, but not hidden well enough for you, place where a rock might slide open.
Oh, sweet.
A hidden
Hidden
door.
Just like Dexter. All right. So here's the. What?
That's Nue.
Ooh.
She spent a mote on her physique excellency to just grab that chunk of wood for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes and just yank it right off its hinges.
Well, I guess that's your specialty.
She is grunting and straining, but like she suddenly doubles up in size as she just and just lays it by the side.
Much obliged. All right. So whoever's in there is traveling with an entourage. We're talking big. We're not talking such a big army, but they are housing an exceptionally sized guest. We should keep our distance in case of a confrontation. And make sure.
I think I have something that would take care of such an issue, Gavel says while cracking her knuckles.
As long as you keep yourself safe. These footprints ain't no laughing matter. All right. Ready to go?
Is there any way for me to figure out what those footprints are from?
Yeah, go ahead and make either a navigate or sagacity roll.
Alright, so I'm definitely doing sagacity. Is there any bonuses acquired with it, though? That is my question.
Fortitude.
Fortitude? Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
As this is scrutinizing some very obtuse clues that you might be able to pick up on from your training with another Lunar Necromancer.
There you go.
So,
well, that's
4
less.
successes.
But,
Yeah, 4, 6. No, 5. Or, well, no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 successes.
Yeah, 6 successes. Okay.
I don't know why it said 3 successes when there's an 8 there.
Because you did
Okay.
less than, not greater than.
Okay,
My
judging
bad.
by how ominously deep that is a supernatural entity that caused the super deep holes. Probably not either of the soul steel metal guys. This just seems like an extraordinarily heavy suit of armor that just sunk too deep. This is probably a ghost haunting a suit of armor because no normal human would have gone that deep either.
So
Lovely.
we're dealing with a suit of armor that's just a fat fuck. Good thing it's Friday. We'll make him into a flat one.
I'm going to extract so much pain onto you when this is all over.
Oh,
As
trust
long as
me,
you're
honey,
having
I'll
fun.
love it.
All right. They're about to stick close. Everybody stay healthy.
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely we need to be very, like, we should probably travel in, probably not small groups, but we need to, might need to split
By the way,
up a
is
little.
the opening leads to like a corridor or like a slide or like what?
It leads to a corridor with a lot more shattered
right.
robot bits inside.
Anything I can observe around the corridor, like maybe something to impede?
So you're all still pretty high anima. I think if you're above level 3 or 4,
I'm at
your
6.
own the light of your soul are all serving as various flashlights right now.
I think the light of my soul might be a little bit
Right,
more than
but
a flashlight.
Yep. You should be at the range where it's visible from
Right.
multiple meters away.
So, maybe I should stay on the boat.
No, you
for
could
a
just
bit?
turn into like a chicken, and then it would be less glowy because there's less of you.
Yeah, but then they might think I'm a god.
What's?
I mean, if your anima's all flaring like that, it could be good intimidation, says Nue. Her anima's also starting to go a bit shiny. You can see the full moon cast mark on her
Now
forehead.
that you mention it,
True.
the glow might give away and ruin the element of surprise.
But hey, you say what you say and you mean what you say. So let's do.
Jesse, what the fuck you talking about?
Don't worry, Mr.
Jesse,
White.
what the fuck are you talking about?
Don't worry, Mr. White. We put them in the
Espantalas
playpen.
viejas.
Those old men will be super excited when they're babied by big.
Jesse,
Big
guarda
mamas.
esto.
All right, so Nue's just gonna go ahead and peek in, and then just kind of lean back. It's like, so I have good news and bad
Give
news.
us the bad news first.
That's always great.
Always give bad news first.
The bad news. Well, I mean, the good news kind of have to come first. The good news is that there seem to have been a lot of traps that have been removed.
Okay.
The bad news is that someone's already gone through well enough to remove all these traps, so
All right.
we're low on time.
All right.
Work it out.
Let's run it.
As you go ahead and run past, you can see that she is absolutely correct. There's hundreds of various different tripwires that have already been expertly snipped. There are boulders that would have been rolling down the hills that have kind of been just stopped by a careful wooden wedge. There are scything pendulums that have appeared to have just been smashed open.
No!
Whoever's
Not my
been-
babies!
They've been very, very thorough in keeping themselves safe.
I'm gonna spit some acid out.
Okay. Not sure where you got that at. Oh, I guess the rain.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and draw a quick picture, because there should at least be a little bit of audiovisual elements here. Even I'm not very good at art, but I feel like you should at least know what you're looking at here. Going forward, you start to hear a sound that sounds like singing. You just hear someone faintly singing in Flame Tongue.
Oh, would I know Flame Tongue?
Are you from the south?
No.
You might know a few loan words then.
Okay. Anything that would particularly pique my interest?
You could recognize the melody, which sounds a bit like this.
Nobody knows the trouble I've
Yes,
seen.
that's the joke. Well done.
Nobody knows
but me.
but Cthulhu.
No one knows but Luna.
All right. I don't make an announcement of this sort. It seems trivial to me. So
Okay, so what have you got? Go ahead and make everyone make another round of awareness checks.
awareness, any attribute with that?
Finesse this time.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and awareness 3, so 7.
3 successes.
So, what was
Okay.
Sorry, my brain fogged up for a second. It was...
Finesse.
finesse plus...
finesse awareness.
Oh, okay. I actually have a decent bit, then.
Okay, 3 successes. I'll take it.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
That is enough for you to notice. Let me see who rolled highest.
Wait, I didn't roll yet.
That would. Okay.
Yeah, once.
Oh, I forgot the extra L there. That's why you were auto-failing.
You can always just do /R. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I see nothing, I hear nothing.
You speak nothing, Mr. Evil.
Yes, I am evil. Thank you for noticing.
Okay, so the two of you are just barely able to stop the other two members of your party from stepping on what appears to be. Is that just a mouse corpse just in the middle of the that's just a mouse corpse in the middle of the hallway. That's not native to this island. There's just a gray mouse that just appears to just be dead in the hallway, very conspicuously placed. Like for someone to step on.
Any laceration marks?
With a 3, maybe.
Maybe laceration marks. Okay.
All right. And I sort of, I signal for us to like just sort of gently like cross over the mouse without stepping on it. Like stretch your legs just outside where it is, and then I grab a small rock as soon as like we're very far away from the mouse, and I just sort of toss it at the mouse.
As soon as the rock hits the mouse, its skeleton jumps out and stabs it. I am not kidding. Like immediately, like Pillarman style rib blades just lance right out of it and just start impaling the rock to shit, turning it to fine powder.
That's certainly a nice little trick now, isn't it?
All right, so we gotta get as soon as possible. What is the strategy when we get there? We're too glowy for the element of surprise, but we can and still do some stuff because there's no guarantee that they know that we're here and no guarantee that they know our abilities. So, what's the strats?
Well, my strategy isn't an element of surprise. My strategy is to get in close.
So, I might be able to do something. I did remember one of my necromantic abilities that I completely forgot about. I can make an extra hand.
Well, that's interesting. Is
An extra hand?
Yes.
Like attached to anything? Is it just a hand that floats?
No, it's a
okay.
floating hand.
What can you do with the floating hand?
All right, so I'm just going to read you what this can do. The lunar shadow comes to life, weaving itself into an arcane posture as the lunar attends to other matters. Commit 1 mote for the scene. The lunar makes a flurry of focus will action with any non-attack action and ignores the flurry penalties to do so. So I'm guessing in role-playing situations, I could probably use that to do other things. Like, have my shadow extend out and make a noise so that we can still get the surprise.
If you could make like a screaming ghost, like some kind of big banshee that screams.
You see, I don't have thaumaturgy.
Right.
All right, so have you guys decided on a course of action for testing for future mice attacks?
For future mice attacks, no. For in general, yes.
Scream as loud as possible.
No! Don't be... Also, I gotta say, I need to watch King of the Hill because you have a very good Hank Hill voice there.
Mighty kind of
Cheers.
you. I mean, it's not quite Hank Hill. I'm not like exasperate, like taking breaths. Yeah,
God damn it, Papa!
not doing that.
All right, unpressing the pause button. Nue watches the mouse just impale and absolutely annihilate this chunk of earth, and just goes, something tells me that's not part of the original
No
defenses.
You don't say.
Yeah, I know the Dragonblood had built these, is my understanding, and it seems like they would just do one of those rolling boulder traps back there, not weird, creepy thorns
Alright.
necrotech.
So we gotta be aware.
Let's see.
I'm 98% sure the people who are stealing our stuff probably put this trap up for us.
So,
That's a fair bet.
do we have any cloak? Do we see any cloaks or anything
I don't
around?
think.
You do actually see a small cloak hung up over the corpse of a robot like it's a fucking coat rack.
I'm gonna go and take that cloak off.
That's one way
Okay.
to do it.
Is there anything about this cloak that I can remember?
It's a rag.
Yeah, this from scanning the god's from scanning Mr. Pyroclast's memories, this was the cloak the figure with the hole in their head was wearing, the six-fingered lady.
Oh, great. This is the No Brains' cloak. I would say that she might need a hole in her head, but she already has two.
You mean the nose holes?
No.
Nue asks.
No. This-
Gavel is pinching the bridge of her nose.
Ah, yeah, those.
No. She actually has a hole through her head.
And she's still
We
walking.
Yeah.
really should hurry.
Huh.
Yeah, no, we should hurry. Let's get going.
Okay. At the end of the hallway, there is what appears to be a slide, and as you approach it, the humming of "Nobody Knows" is getting a bit louder.
Nobody knows the troubles I've seen.
Oh, it should be on.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Little,
All right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so there's a
it's
slide.
a little phalanx, but I appreciate
How in
it.
the world do I put my token?
I am going to put I'm going to
There we go.
roll like a rock down the slide to see if that triggers any traps.
You hear a rattling somewhere down below, and the singing stops. Hello? Hello?
I am going to cover Lythander's mouth preemptively just in case.
It's safe down here.
gonna take
for now.
And I run, and I do like a skateboard or a slide through into the slide.
Okay. Let me go pull out this person's image.
Lathander is going to look at Adam and try to just do the no, don't, as quietly as possible.
I'll also post the image in the Discord call so you can get a close-up of this individual.
Please do.
Yeah.
At the very bottom of the slide is... this guy appears to just be laying with his legs broken. Like, you can see them bent at an angle that human legs should not be going. He's just kind of leaned up against the very edge of the slide as you go down and appears to be pushing his hands through the stone.
Looks like if Anakin Skywalker was as old as Qui-Gon
I
Jinn.
was about to say, yeah, he looks a little.
Listen, man. Those veins on his forehead, by the way, they're instead of the normal blue you see veins are, they're
manic.
red. And
Oh,
they
okay.
appear to be glowing.
Wait a second. Huh. Are you?
I guess you guys are... They said someone else was coming. I'm guessing you guys
Well, yeah.
are the rightful
Well, yeah, I was about to
owners,
ask you. Are
I
you
guess
the
you'd
guy?
say.
I guess we're
wait,
coming down.
I didn't go down.
I was about
Well,
to
he's
say.
just saying
Yeah, I
this
was
to
about to
Lathan-
ask
he's just
you.
saying
You
this to
guy
Adam,
with.
yeah.
Okay.
We came here on behalf of. Well, not on behalf. We just. We were looking for somebody on behalf of a certain ex-volcano god. You might know.
Yeah, Mr. Pyroclast.
Would you so happen to know
This island.
who he was talking about?
Yeah, he's the guy. Who, and he just points to one of the veins that's kind of poking out of his head, and it appears to be glowing with actual
Right.
fire and heat. Yeah, he's the one who chosen, I guess that is the term. Yeah, exaltation. Yeah, he gave me some of his power in order to stop this place from falling apart. My
Right.
name's Druhu. Although, actually, you know what? I should probably add a sobriquet of some kind. You're supposed to add one when you become an Exalt. You ended up drinking a shitload of lava in order to... Magma Drinker. My name's
Right.
Druhu Magma Drinker.
Well, I'm Adam Goldweight. I have friends, but they're hiding. They are afraid of the slide, I guess.
At
The
this point,
slide itself...
oh,
He continues going on. The slide itself's not dangerous. It's if you try and go through one of those 8 doors, and as he kind of points all around the room, you can tell it's designed in the shape of a starburst, with 8 different
different
doors leading in
flavors.
8 different directions. 8 different people buried in this tomb.
all right. At this point, I'm gonna go down the slide.
Okay, you see the obviously magical person that Adam is talking
Also,
to
out of
with
character, I
the veins
completely
made of
forgot
lava.
why we were looking for him.
Just to make sure his new champion didn't immediately get
Oh,
smoked.
Which
Yeah, yes,
thankfully
I know.
is not the case.
He's pretty
He's
beat
pretty
up, but
badly
he's
injured,
okay.
but not dead.
A little duct tape here and there, it'll be fine.
I'm going to slide down the slide as well, but very slowly.
Okay.
All right.
Nue accidentally slides up against you, and you briefly get stuck for a few moments.
Oh.
Could you move? Move! She starts pushing against you.
Absolute idiots!
So-
I swear to the gods.
What?
Wait, do I hear that?
Yeah.
You hate the gods, you... I'm gonna slide down faster.
So,
Okay. You end up sprawled in a heap of
What can we
2
help you
lunars in a pile. Well, if you could get a splint, he gestures to his legs, that'd be great.
Do we have anything that could be a splint?
A sagacity, yeah, that would be a sagacity check or a craft roll.
Sagacity with any bonus, or...
Yeah, any of them.
Yeah, I'll look around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
all right, I'm supposed.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, that's 3 successes.
Right,
and 4.
Gavel had one more success, so I will rule that. Working together, you do manage to tear off a bit of strips of clothes from this guy's pants. He doesn't seem to be objecting too much to that. Pretty toned legs, but they're all lava-y, so no one really wants that. You managed to bind his wounds well enough that he might be able to stand.
Good enough.
At least for a given measure of getting upright, but he is not pinned in one place anymore.
Does anybody have any
Thank
Does
you.
anybody have any levels in craft that we can use?
I have
actually.
I have 0.
Actually, as you are asking about building, as you're looking around building stuff, you look towards the very back of the slide, and you see when he was reaching his hand to the stones, he was leaving behind physically melting in handholds to get back up.
Oh.
The intention, I'm pretty sure, is that anyone who got into here was supposed to die because there's no way back up, but, well, I knew that there was probably going to be something like this on the way down, so I figured I would use my new powers to build up a pathway, and that's what you see here.
Neat.
So, quick word of warning is, if you are going further in the tomb, and those guys seem like they're barreling on pretty fast, both those metal fuckers, you're probably going to want to be careful as soon as you try and open one of those doors. He points at the various 8 doors in the sunburst pattern all around the room. I mean, look, that one guy literally walked right through it and seemed to grab onto the other lady, and they just literally passed on through like a spirit.
The other light.
Like they weren't physically there.
Are my ghost eyes still on?
So people have come through here.
They're not. Yeah, they, points down,
You remember
shot me
where
in the
they-
legs with a
Remember
crossbow.
where they went?
He points on the side of each door are the five different solar cast marks and the 3 different lunar cast marks. He points at the door in the shape of a full moon, and not Gavel. That's one of the player characters. Nue glares at it. It's like, assholes went for my shit first.
Run.
Additional details I could give you without rolling is that some of the doors appear to have information carved on them. Only 2 of them at the moment do. One of them has a simple name carved out on it, on the shape where the twilight is apparently buried. Those are the artisan, scholars, scientists of the Solars. Carved into it is the name. I have to deliver this with the appropriate degree of gravity because abyssal names are goofy. The Sky Sundering Shadow. And then there appears to be something written on the Nightcast too, but it appears to be just random gobbledygook. Like it appears to be either this person has no idea what language is, or they're writing in a code.
Neat.
Is there any way to try to break that code?
Go ahead and give me an embassy roll at difficulty 5.
I don't have that. Do we get any bonus
Let's see.
on it?
If you could, something I really should remind you guys about is the rules for stunting. If you describe an action in a specifically cool or creative or funny way, you get bonus dice.
I know,
yes.
but are attributes added to this roll, or is it just a pure
Oh yeah,
ability?
attributes
I
are
just
always
forget,
added.
Okay,
like,
alright. I'm going to try to pull out a giant... I'm going to find a wall that doesn't have it on there, or like see if we had a whiteboard or something in our previous lives and pull out a marker
Though I have to ask you, what
and start writing that down.
you mentioned we should be careful where we decide to go, which doors we decide to go in. Why is that?
You figure the secret of that out as soon as Lathander touches one of the
I'm not
walls.
touching-
Oh, okay,
Like,
never mind.
I grabbed the whiteboard.
Yeah, so at the there is no whiteboard, but as you do reach for one of the walls is when Druhio immediately says, "Wait!
Yeah.
This whole place started to fill with lava when they were trying to go through the doors."
Oh yeah, I remember that trap. Fun trap. I think I died 4 times to that.
So there's this...
Been in this island before?
Well, this is our tomb.
Yeah, I mean, but between let's see, I think the story is the Anathema past lives.
Anyway.
In previous lives?
Please ignore him.
I don't know if he's telling the truth or lying.
He's not. Don't
How
worry.
do you know that, Gavel?
Because I can just tell from the look on your face that you're clearly lying.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, what do you...
It takes a few moments to blink at that. It's like, okay, so as far as I could tell, the lava only stopped when they were able to solve some puzzles. At least that's what it was for the six-fingered woman. The other guy just walked right through the door.
Oh, did that 6-fingered woman have like a hole in her head?
Yeah, she did. And he points again at the Twilight cast, the half-filled-in circle.
See, I don't lie all the
Then
time.
what door did the other guy walk through in that case?
He points again at the full moon door.
So one of the people here came in for their rightful heirlooms, or at least that's what I assume, and the other is a intruder. And they had to deal with some traps. So from what I understand, if we're to enter our rooms, if we're to enter the rooms that belong to us, there'll be no trouble. But if we were to enter someone else's, we might be in for a rough ride. Does that about cover it?
A hell of a time, you might say.
Suppose I could say that, yes. All right. Who wants to test out stuff first? Sure ain't gonna be me.
I'm gonna say this is a skill challenge in order to successfully get through this. So you have a limited number of rounds before you're all drenched in lava.
Yep.
So, and just to clear it up, we're trying to get to the place where we're all just trying to get to the doors that belong to us, right? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what it is that like because one of them went through New Way's door. And that in her case, it was the full moon door. Oh,
yes.
I thought the intruder was the one who went through the full moon door.
Oh, the intruder was. I must have misspoke. The intruder went through the full moon door, and no chance beating around the bush. Sky Sundering Shadow went through the other one.
Right.
Went through the Twilight door.
I say we take care of the intruder first. Makes things a whole lot easier to explain, at least.
All right. It's time to add a little bit of danger to the game.
All right.
Let's see.
Yep, and that's when the lava starts coming in as soon as you approach one of those doors. First skill challenge: find out how to get these the fuck open.
All right.
Indeed.
And I go up to the door, and I go, "Open sesame," and I roll embassy with my excellency.
That's not a stunt, unfortunately, but you can use your excellency in order to figure out what the makers of this tomb were intending was the quote-unquote safe way to get in.
Right.
So go ahead. You don't need to spend a moat because of one of the solar bonuses.
So I doubled the ability score in that case, which means it goes from 6 to which means it goes from 6 to 3 to 6. And then
yes, and you add an attribute.
Okay,
in this case,
so
finesse.
10. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
4 successes.
Ooh.
That is enough. So, looking at this at first, it just seems like a perfectly blank stone door aside from the full moon cast mark on there. But as you're looking to cross compare the different doors, you notice that the door, the Twilight question mark cast pass through had a name written on it, and you figure it out. This was only intended to be opened by the people who were buried here. So if you write the identifying information on a tomb, if you could provide proof of identity, then you could get through.
Proof of identity, we can get through. We can open the door. At least for.
Now you need to find the 8 different key cards. No, I'm fucking with you.
I see. So do we need the key card to change?
We gotta find the 8 pieces of the Master Emerald. Here, use this radar. It doesn't fucking work.
Speaking from experience,
also, here's
I take it.
Also, here's my iTunes. It's 6 hours of terrible rap music. It's actually incredibly good rap music, but it's only because it's terrible rap music.
So, wait, am I technically the Twilight thinking about it? Well, no, question.
Changing moon. So as Atom is shouting all this out, the lava is starting to get all around. So another potential challenge if you go too long without solving the various different obstacles, you will need to start figuring out how to avoid the lava.
So we gotta figure out how to provide proof of identity for the Twilight door.
I grab New Way and shove her face at the door.
Okay, go ahead. Nue is going to make a physique roll, again enhanced by the excellency, to see if she can press her face into the door deep enough to lead an indentation.
That's one way to do it. Yay!
She does!
Yes!
You pick up Nue, makes eye contact with you. You do it.
Doing it well.
And you physically ram her into the stone door of the full moon marking. It flashes silver for a moment as she rams her face in, and when she pulls back, you can see an etch of her face pressed into the door. And then it slides open.
Yes! Oh.
That hurt. That kind of hurt, but it's also really funny. Let's do it again.
All right. So, doors open.
That
right,
door is
inside.
open.
Come on.
So
Let's go. Oh, by the way, somebody pick up Mr. Lotto
time to
Man.
go.
All right, here you go.
I ain't doing it. I'm running. I'm running in.
Or actually, no, could you be a dear, pick him up?
Yeah, sure. Just jabs the spear into his clothes and uses that to lift him.
All right, let's move.
I am a genius.
All right.
All right. That actually forecuts a little bit of the challenge, but that was essentially a minor thing, whereas the boss fight's coming up right now, so that's the actual challenge.
I figured it would.
Yeah, everyone from now has been a bit of a pushover in the test combat we did earlier and the freshly minted Dragon Blood. This next person in the room is intended to be a good, proper challenge.
I'd certainly hope so.
So let me quickly grab a glass of water, and I'll be right back to describe that challenge.
I'm questioning whether or not I should get some alcohol for this.
Probably not.
Okay.
All right, let's say that again, because apparently the recording stopped for some reason. All right, so let's say that complaining again. Razafuzza makes me raid someone else's rightful tomb, and it makes me grab their shit by holding my people hostage. I swear to the gods.
Stop right there.
This person's back appears to be moving as you're approaching them. They appear to be wearing, like, light scale mail armor, but it is moving. The armor is moving as if it's alive. And this isn't literally what this person looks like. I am using a picture of Rung from Transformers as a placeholder.
Fair.
But as he hears you, he picks up, it's like, oh, talk fun, damn it. Of course you'd be here now. Raises his hands, turns around, and you see a man literally made of metal.
Ah, wonderful. I think we heard about it. I think I heard about this one. Didn't we? Did we hear about this guy from the Volcano Man? God.
Drew just kind of starts screaming and backs up against the edge of the room.
Oh, so you did that to our friend here.
I don't want to be doing this, but I don't have a choice. I am very sorry about this, but...
Then shut up and let us do our thing.
We can offer you one, if that's okay.
Hundreds of people's lives are at risk if I don't do this. He closes his eyes, and when he opens them again, his entire body starts to writhe and move. His anima starts to flare. You need to leave.
Okay.
You need to leave.
Well, how about...
All right, Devil Trigger, let's go.
Before that, he is trying to make an influence roll on all of you to make you leave. He's not actually very good at convincing people, so he only has...
Oh, wait. You said that he's trying to make a roll to influence us, right?
Yes.
Shattered Yoke Fury.
That applies if he succeeds, but let's roll. He only got 2 successes, but because of his nature as a Soul Steel cast Alchemical with his anima active, he gets 2 automatic successes. So the way that influence system works is it's compared to your resolve. His 4 successes versus your resolve, but you could use one of your intimacies or principles or ties to buff that. If you could think of a way to apply any of those against him trying to scare you away with his entire body moving and screaming in 100 different names and words.
How about everybody's got their price? Virtue of Wonder. It's one of my principles, and I'm trying to make a deal with this guy, and I will not back off of trying to make a deal with him.
I'll allow it.
All right, for me, my justice virtue. I must kill wicked rulers and leaders. He says that hundreds of lives are on the line. And clearly this guy doesn't want to do this, so that indicates something wicked is going on here and wants to stick around to help figure out this situation with said Alchemical.
All right, Corrack, do you have anything for Lathander?
I must kick wicked rulers and leaders in the dick.
That's stolen from Alatos' version of the sheet, but I'll allow it for now. So, yeah.
What do you mean? It's edited.
This guy he's not very good at being intimidating, but the fact that his own very body has hundreds of faces inside of it and are all yelling at you to go the fuck away is very intimidating. If you all weren't very, very tough people, With a few glances between your companions and yourself, Anue has a resolve of 4, so this doesn't work on her at all without even needing a principle. So nothing happens as there's a few moments of silence as he's all very clearly expecting you to be cowed by that.
Counter offer. I be intimidating for him to give us all the information that he has.
All right, go ahead and make a roll.
All right, so what would that be? I'm going to assume that's going to be.
No, you might.
Can I use performance here?
I'd allow it, yeah.
Alrighty.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he has a resolve of 3. That would normally work, but he has a major principle of fear towards Sky Sundering's shadow.
Oh, come on.
That adds plus 3 to it, so unfortunately,
Goodness.
he is more afraid of her than he is trusting of you.
Well,
That's fair.
here's an idea. You say that there's only one way to do this, but we're here to offer some options, and I wouldn't be a good.
And that's when you hear clanking from the corner.
Which corner? Like in front of us or behind
There
us?
are a few pillars in this room, and it has an abnormally high ceiling. I'll also note that now because what's about to happen soon. There's a shitload of pillars everywhere. But from behind one of them comes an incredibly heavy-looking suit of armor. With the beaver open,
lovely.
There ain't nothing in there.
Wait, there's nothing in where?
There ain't nothing inside that suit of armor.
No.
Okay.
And he looks at it, it's like...
I'm going to turn on my ghost eyes.
Okay, spend them out for that. Hey, there's a ghost in there haunting that suit of armor.
Okay, yeah. No. Can I see his face?
He is giving this alchemical guy, the stink guy, basically, if you don't fucking cooperate, I'll do it. I'm gonna say it. His face says,
I'll kill you, you goddamn son of a bitch.
The rest of you guys do see
So the ghost is the thing trying to control the armor, and the armor doesn't want to do this, correct?
No, the alchemical doesn't want to do it. This is a war ghost, a ghost possessing a suit of armor to move in the physical world. But the downside for him is this makes him hateable without magic.
So,
I'm
just trying to think. Is there any way for us to, is there any way that I know of that could just deactivate this spell?
There doesn't seem to be anything magical mind control. This is more control through fear of consequences of disobeying.
Oh, no. I mean that as in any way to discharm the armor so he just leaves.
Beat the shit out of him.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. Does this count as...
I know you're trying to help, but I need these. And he holds up a stone made out of what seems to be glowing green material. Very dimly faint glowing and cracked somewhere. I need this hearthstone more than you do. Release power limiters.
People never goddamn listen.
And his entire body starts to writhe and crackle as his anima seems to grow even more and more aggravated, taking the shape of a giant piece of what we in the modern day would know as machinery, a crane arm poised to strike.
So he is.
ID code, steadfast sin-eating driver, power limiters, deactivate.
So he really is just a transformer.
Yeah, seems to be.
Let's roll join battle. Everyone roll your combat pools.
What is combat pool again?
Anything you would be using, any skill you'd be using to get ready for a fight, plus any applicable attribute.
Alright, so for me that'd be finesse plus war, so...
Let me go to Nue's sheet. I think for her it would be a close combat plus finesse. Plus combat plus force, got it.
Ooh, 5 successes, let's go.
3 successes, baby. Oh, okay, that's
hot!
That's
hot.
5 successes.
Okay, let me...
Also 5 successes.
Let me roll for Steadfast Sin-Eating Driver. That's his name. Or if you prefer to call him SSD, that's fine too.
He really is an SSD because he's so fast at getting himself into trouble.
Does the ghost count as a creature of darkness?
Yes,
bonus
absolutely.
damage.
Even without needing any kind of magical senses, you could tell that your gun is actually starting to... Your Orichalcum Devilcaster is starting to vibrate and point itself at this thing.
Slow down, girl. Slow down.
Alright, you guys get more successes than they do, so... However, I should note, as he has a quality... SSD has a quality called Furious Dragon's Ire. That means, when outnumbered, which he is right now, he gets 1 action for every action the players get. This is a boss fight.
Yep.
Against a very reluctant boss, but still a boss nonetheless.
Yep.
Who wants to go first?
Alright, I'm activating my devil trigger.
Alright, care to say, spend one mote, 2 anima, I think, and describe what happens.
Yep. All right, hold on. I'll get to the thing here in a second. Let me spend the 2 anima, 1 mote. Let me find the pin for this. Here we go.
Bang,
all right.
bang, bang! I pull my devil trigger.
All right. So, Gavel suddenly gains 5 extra glowing eyes across her face. 2 above, 2 below her normal sets of eyes, and 1 directly on her forehead. 10 gazelle-like horns grow out of her head, and 7 red phantasmal arms grow out of the back of her neck where the cast mark is. Or wherever the cast mark is.
An additional cast mark shows up, let's say.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll say an aesthetical cast mark shows up, and 7 red phantasmical hands start growing out of it. She also grows twice her normal size and starts radiating the emotion of judgment upon everyone in the vicinity.
Okay.
All right, things get serious now.
So Gavel's just starts... Gavel's fire, like, double fire intensifies, and she grows and gains all this extra shit, and SSD just sighs. God damn it. Damn it. Damn it! Now it's SSD's first. I have this guy's sheet right in front of me. Let me see what his first charm is going to be. He's currently at 5 motes. He is at the active anima stage. The first thing he's going to do is try rolling for an outmaneuver roll. The first thing you see is that all of a sudden this guy falls upward onto the ceiling, and then he lands on his feet. Somehow he has used some exalted prowess to invert gravity for himself.
Oh, lovely.
So you said this guy was we could not convince this guy unless we beat him up. Is what you're trying to say.
Yeah. If you had rolled higher, you
I
might
didn't even
have,
get
but
to roll. I
unfortunately,
didn't even say anything to him.
You can continue trying to convince him. That is a outmaneuver build power roll. I've actually been doing a few things wrong in combat. For one, the accuracy on a weapon is automatic successes, not extra dice for one. And for another, for the artifact ranged weapon, Corrack, you should be adding accuracy for that as well.
So what would be the accuracy added to that?
I think it counts as a light weapon for Death Obsidian Butterfly, so +3 accuracy, which is 3 auto successes.
Oh, okay. So I should be hitting more than good.
Yes. And so he generates... Those are 5 successes, I think. So build power also works slightly differently. The difficulty doesn't detract from the power build, according to what I'm seeing here, so I think he gains 5 power. And he is currently on the ceiling, long range away.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you guys can reach... Well, there are a few ways to reach long range if you're creative. Anyone want to try next?
I'd
going next?
I'd like to build power.
Okay. Do you want to activate the charm to help build power among your buddies?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. It would be 9d10 then, right?
Yep.
Alrighty. So
And with 2 automatic successes, I think, with Greatness Inspiring Aura.
Yeah. So I'm going to activate that. Pull out my shovel and say, Onward to victory, you scrubs! 5 successes. Plus the 2.
5.
7.
So that's distribute 7 power among your friends.
For... You know what? I'll give all the power to Adam.
Okay.
Okay, that's a bad. That's
Adam.
I would recommend against it because I'm not trying to kill this thing.
Well, he's on the ceiling. You have guns.
Ah, yes, I know.
Yeah.
I would say distribute it even, or try to distribute it evenly between.
So fine, 5 you, 2 to gavel.
Okay.
2 power.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. SSD is going again. He has 3 turns. This is his second one.
Yep.
He also has 5 power, unfortunately, which means he has time to make a decisive
and before
attack.
I forget, since I'm in active aura, when the Eclipse negotiates with demons, fair folk, spirits, or the dead, they must welcome the Eclipse and entourage present, Exalt, with human hospitality. These beings must treat their circle with pleasantries and respect, unless the Exalt act with hostility first. Hostile actions by the opposing party, such as making attacks, threats, or building power, are made at difficulty increased by the Eclipse's essence.
Unfortunately, even though this guy is made of soul steel, he does not count as undead. If you were fighting a shitload of ghosts and this guy were not among them, then this would be effective. But sadly, he is a bit of a loophole in the surrender oaths that were made to give you this power. So he is going to, he is going to point at. He's going to point at Nue, and spend 2 motes, one for guard breaking technique and one for efficient strike calibration. So for rolling this attack, Nue's soak is down by 1, and 2 damage is added for the damage pool. Those are 4 successes.
2, 3, 4. Yep.
He's using all of his power for this. Nue's defense is her defense is 5. So his arm partially unfolds, and what appears to be a crossbow bolt pokes out of his palm. He aims it at Nue, but unfortunately, let me double check his stat sheet. Let me make sure his attack doesn't have an accuracy on it. It does have an accuracy, so it does hit. So let's roll this. I think it's a 5d10 for the medium crossbow bolt. He's using all of his power. Wait, no, plus the 2 from that. This is the first major combat, folks. Can you tell? He's gonna roll 8 dice against Nue.
All right.
I'm having the NPC hit this first to demonstrate how this is a scary fight. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. And compare that to Nue's soak. Her soak is decreased by 1 for this, so she takes 3 levels of damage. Is what I would say... Wait, no, I can't use that yet because she... that would need to be declared in advance. So yeah, she takes 3 damage and is reduced to a -1 health box. As a crossbow bolt bounces off of a dozens of different walls. Ping, 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 ping! And nails her right in the foot. Oh, son of a bitch! Reloads. I'm sorry, I really am, but I need this!
You couldn't have found somebody else's?
Who wants to go next?
I can only go next. So this guy's at long range.
Yep.
Currently, I have the ability to close the distance. Though I am debating between doing that and attempting another deal, considering my anima is very high. I am at Iconic right now.
Does any significant shape show up in the background as you go Iconic?
Well...
When you go Iconic, iconography specific to your character tends to flare up around you.
A ring sort of a like large ring with eyes sort of strewn all about it, sort of grafted onto it, floats behind my back, and two wings like one coming out like from the, like imagine the wing is sort of like the wings sort of form an S shape, coming from the ring itself.
I know what you mean, but it makes it sound like your anima has the cool
exactly.
S in it.
I don't mean not exactly, but I mean, you know, it's funny. It's a funny visual. Regardless, what happens is I look at the guy. But you keep saying this and that about there being no other way, there being no other option, and you seem very afraid of this individual. However, I was born and raised to give the fearful people another fair shot, and it just so happens that I got quite the motherload of a deal in my hands. So, see, you got some fear packed against this man. However, we managed to get some form of insurance. I got a lot of people in the circle, you see. I know people who can provide protection, can provide safety, can provide comfort. If you could commit to something like an agreement, I might be able to get that problem out of your hair in exchange for you helping out and pointing us to the direction of the man who put you on this path.
Make an embassy roll with a stunt.
Right.
And use your excellency if you'd like.
Embassy into stunt, which would be 6 plus fortitude plus 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, 6 plus fortitude, which is 9, plus 2, which is 11, d10. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 successes.
8.
Wow!
That beats his boosted resolve of 6.
Bam!
Wow!
And
so there is
if the deal is if the guy agrees to seal the deal, I can use my venerated witness, and for 5 anima, I can seal the greater oath between me and them.
So he is actually, there is a mechanic that both NPCs and players can use when they don't want to make agreements to a social role to provide agency. It's called taking a hard bargain. Instead of doing exactly what the other person asks of or is convincing you to do, they do something related. He is not going to agree to this deal immediately, but he is going to non-verbally betray what would convince him to stop the fight. He flinches heavily in place, and he glances very meaningfully down at the dude in the armor. Trent, the way that he's looking makes it very clear that the only reason he can't agree to this right now is because the other person in there has the leverage, capital L, on him. So if you he's making it very clear via all nonverbal cues, if you take this guy out, then he might be more amenable to reason.
Point us in this direction. We'll get him out.
Well, that's what he's doing, but he can't do that out loud. He's only doing so via meaningful glances.
In this case, where is he glancing at?
The hard bargain is him looking at the fucker in the suit of armor.
All right. Then we gotta take out the War Ghost.
Are you gonna mention this?
Yeah, I informed this to you. Like, the War Ghost is the one with the leverage. If we take it out, we don't have to deal with the problem, and we can make the deal.
On that note, the SSD is going to make one more turn. He is going to activate more additional charms for... he is going to point at Nue. Not at Nue again. He's going to try firing at Gavel because she made herself the big target in the room.
Yep.
His fist just comes off and it zooms in on you in a rocket punch.
Oh, lovely.
And he is going to be using Bone and Steel Destruction again, pointing him at 1 mote right now.
Right.
Although he does regenerate 1 at the end of every turn, so like everyone does. Everyone gets a mote back at the end of your turn.
I'm at 4 right now. It's fine.
So.
Yep.
So same. He's going to be getting 2 additional power on this attack, regardless of if he hits. Wait, nope. 10d10. This is a withering attack on Gavel, so this won't deal damage, but it will build power. 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's your defense?
4.
That's he does have the bonus. He does have the accuracy on it, so he gets 1 power from succeeding plus the additional 2 power from that attack. So he is at 3 power right now.
Okay.
All right. Nue is gonna go next. She looks at the dude in the suit of armor. All right then, let's dance. And she lunges toward him, attempting to spear this guy right in the face. He is unfortunately, because of possessing the armor, he is material right now, so you don't need magic to hit him.
But it still counts as
5, 6.
damage boost.
This dude has a defense of, let me check. I think he only has a defense of 4, so Nue, I am scrolling down to make absolutely sure. Again, big ass important fight. Defense, yeah, he has a defense of 4. So, Nue gains, I think, 3 power. Just enough to make a decisive attack on him next turn. But now it is this guy's turn, and he looks toward you all, and he starts chanting in Old Realm. Clustered around both Nue and Gavel, he is doing a build will for necromancy.
Oh, lovely.
All right. I think I can nail a big hit on this guy with the extra power.
There's one more die actually in here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So that is 5 successes against the build will. He does not build up enough will to get out the flesh sloughing wave yet, but he's getting close. He is 2 will away.
Lovely.
As you just see motes of black essence gather around him and the air starts to ripple and burn. Now it's the start of the new round. The villains go first, and this guy's gonna take the next turn again.
Hell?
Of course.
9, 10.
I thought he couldn't take 2 turns in a row.
Oh, that's right, he can't. Oh, well, the other guy can't because he's a boss guy, but yeah, okay, let's have him go first instead then. Negate that roll.
Okay.
Let's be fair about this. Mr. SSD just grimaces again, seeing that the guy is still up. He is at 3 powers. So he is just going to take a pot shot at Adam. What's your defense right now?
Whose defense?
Who are you asking?
Adam.
It's 3.
Oh, okay.
All right, he hits you and gains 2 power, bringing him back to 5. All right, who wants
I
to take
would
the
like
first
to.
move now?
Aiming at the armor
Okay,
guy.
go ahead.
We got a decisive attack. I
Okay.
think is what we're looking at because I got the power for it.
Mm-hmm.
We have. Okay, let's see.
And this guy qualifies as a creature of darkness
Yes,
as a note.
That as well. Let's see. Nice. And where is he at? He's at long. The armor man is at long range, is he?
The armor man is at
So
medium
I'm gonna
range.
try to get up to short range because of my gun.
Okay.
And then I'm going to make a fire wand attack. I'm going to use my mode. First, I'm going to use one mode, Blossom of Inevitable, for Blossom of Inevitable Demise, for double 9s on the accuracy roll. Then
Okay.
I'm going to use 2 motes on. Where is it? I'm going to use 2 motes on Dazzling Flare. First mote, of course, to. Oh, yeah, no, that's for damage. So I'm going to first roll the accuracy, which would be ranged attack plus force. So I can't use excellency on this, can I?
You don't have the ranged combat
Yeah,
excellence.
that's true. Oh, yeah, right. My excellency is an embassy. That's true. So let's just roll the 90-10s. And I have double 9s on it as well. So that'll be good. 7S. Okay, that's double 9s, so 2 successes. Then 4, then 6, then 7.
double 9s means that 9s double like 10s do, so that's only 5
Still.
successes. But that does beat his defense of 4, so go ahead and roll your damage pool and put in that
So we're
dazzling
gonna do-
flare
we're gonna
bonus.
do- okay, so 1 mote at step 5, add a 4 dice bonus to the damage of a decisive ranged attack. It also ignores 1 point of his soak because it's created by a charm or artifact. And additionally, I can spend an additional mote to make the ranged attack deal aggravated damage to a creature of darkness, which he just so happens to be.
Fun note about aggravated damage. Most damage heals over time. Ha ha. Aggravated damage can only be healed by magic.
This would be my base damage with the Devil Caster is 3. I forgot. I also had 2 accuracy on there, so that's 2 automatic successes as well as the double 9s. So that's 7. So that would be the actual 7 I mentioned. Regardless, with 5 power, I'm going to spend all my power. That's 5.
Okay.
So how do I roll? I always forget how to roll damage.
Roll all the power you spent plus the damage bonus from your weapon plus 1 from succeeding on the attack, I think.
Oh, what?
And you ignore a point of soak, I think, on this guy?
Also additionally, yeah. So I rolled the 5 plus the damage bonus, so 8, plus the 1 success, so 9, plus 4 dice damage for the bonus of Dazzling Flare. 4 dice bonus to the damage. So plus its aggravated damage. So it's a total of. So we're looking at a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 13 d10s. Also, by the way, you mentioned that accuracy also adds automatic successes, right? That's for the hit roll.
That's for the hit roll.
Wouldn't that make the 2 and the 5 automatic successes instead of just the 5 that I got?
No, that adds an extra success on.
So wouldn't that make it 7 instead of 5 successes?
If you have 2 auto successes, but is it only
2.
accuracy 1? Oh, yeah, and then add 2 extra
So
for
15.
the damage, I think.
All right, let's see what we got here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4.
3.
Actually, only 4 successes.
Oh yeah, 9's double on this because of that thing, right?
Right, yeah, that's
For the
true.
damage
Double
roll?
9s.
1, 2. Wait, is that just for damage? Check the
Which
charm.
would be Blossom?
Yeah.
Or would it be for the aggravated damage?
Blossom, I think.
Double 9s. Yeah, double 9s
Does
on
it say
damage.
double for... Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 damage, ignore 1 point of soak.
So only 1 point of soak applies, so it takes 5 levels of damage. It is pretty badly smashed up and melted. You point the gun, and the gun seems to be glowing even more brilliant golden. Boom! An enormous gullet of fire bursts forth from it, and this thing is actively starting to melt. It has gone from pitch black cold iron to searing red white hot iron in the span of 1 second. The spirit inside of it screams in agony. It's not down yet, but oh god, is it in a lot of
Flash
pain.
theme be like.
If this were a normal ghost, it would be down.
So
but
what you're saying is me
unfortunately,
putting
it's
7
got a bit
power to
extra
chills
juice
is
pumped
super
into it.
strong.
Of course.
Watch me do it again.
My damage is. I love being strong.
I'm gonna do it again.
Yes. All right, this dude is screaming in agony, but he is going to take the next move to finish trying to do that sorcery invocation at a penalty because you knocked him into his minus health levels. So he's rolling an 8d10 instead of he's rolling a 7d10 instead of a 9d10. 1, 2, 3. Still not high enough because of the penalty. I'm pretty sure. Is he going to, yeah, he is going to, activate his shaping ritual to, just bear... No, that's still not going to be able to do it.
Aggravated.
So he's still chanting and weaving up magic, but because of the, fire still clinging to him, he is not able to complete the incantation in time due to a bad die roll.
Thank goodness.
I love being
Who
strong.
wants to go next?
I guess I'll go next. All right. I am going
Why
to
does
cast
that seem
Fist
so
of Iron
familiar?
technique.
Punch his dick!
Because it's the only attack bonus I have!
No, I just mean the situation of...
Well, you have the other attack. Well, you have the other attack bonus, actually, the whole Aura of Majesty thing. What does that do again?
Aura of Majesty? I don't know where that's at.
It's from the Devil Body.
Oh, well, I didn't choose that. I can only choose two things, two of the following benefits.
Which one did you pick for the audience and my benefit?
Radiate an intense motion that overwhelms characters who approach within short range. Non-trivial characters can resist with a difficulty 5 fortitude plus integrity roll or gain a minor intimacy based on your chosen emotion until the end of the scene. And you grow up to twice your normal size, reducing the difficulty of feats of strength by 3. You cannot be grappled by smaller creatures unless their attempt is supplemented by charms or other powers, as though you had the legendary size quality.
Thank you for telling us about micro machines.
I thought... So here's the thing.
Well, yes.
That's not what I meant when I said... That's not what I meant when I said,
Yes.
like... This seems so familiar. I meant just because it always... Like, every fight, I look at a thing... I pull out my gun and I shoot it and it almost dies in one hit.
It's because you've been facing relatively low-level enemies. If you fought the guy on the ceiling, it wouldn't be that hard, but you puzzled out the secret pretty quickly.
Okay. Alright, so question. What does accuracy mean exactly?
Automatic successes on an attack roll.
Automatic successes. Okay, and that includes for like damage as well, I imagine, for automatic successes, or
yeah.
is that an additional die? Okay. So automatic successes. Well, alright, so I'm saying that my unarmed attacks are medium weapons.
Okay.
One tag to a flute. Okay, and I'm going to say that the tag is going to be... You know what? Well, let's see. We'll say it's flame.
Okay.
Because why not?
More damage.
Yeah, one additional and another additional damage.
Set it even more on fire.
Yep, alright, so... that would be finesse and close combat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 d10 greater than 7. Let's see. 1, 2, and then 1's an automatic success, so 3 successes.
3 successes. Let me check what this guy's defense is. I think it's defense 4, unfortunately.
Darn it.
So even on fire, this is still a suit made of armor. So unfortunately,
Yes.
Your fists do just glance off it as it is frantically backpedaling, trying to get away from you.
Good. At least it's scared.
It is.
What's the matter? Scared?
Next up is Ceiling Man.
Are you not entertained?
What did I do?
He is not. He points down at Lathander. You're not Lathander.
I am Lathander.
Alexander. Yes, he is. I like him.
Yeah, but what did I do?
Adam, he's...
Yeah, and he's gonna try and shoot you,
They have
Lathander.
no right to shoot me.
Okay, you want me to shoot at someone else? I mean, you have Ox.
Do they not?
You have Ox Body. You have a better chance of taking
They
this.
try to rob me, and then they have the audacity to shoot me and my friends.
We're not in your home.
He hits you with another charge of bone and steel destruction.
They're robbing Niue, not you.
Oh, I saw Gavel. That's why.
What's your defense?
1, 2, 3, 4. Or,
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
For my defense,
With
is
an auto
3,
success
so
from
if it
accuracy.
Rule that if
Ah,
it
so
met,
3,
it still hit.
4.
Okay, so he's gonna
I
do
think
the
I'm
5
dead.
plus 2 plus 1, so he's rolling 8 dice of damage.
Sheesh.
0.
What's your soak? Because that takes away from the damage.
Not... I have 4 defense.
Oh
You
no.
can't have 0 soak. You should have at least 2
and
from
my
your high
fortitude's at
fortitude.
4. I didn't put the soak in. I died.
Do you have armor?
Okay, sorry.
You should have a soak of 2. So,
Okay, that
4
still has
successes
zeros
minus
if I
2, so
have
you only take
big
2
boy
levels of
health.
damage. I mean, you did take damage from the acid rain, so you might be down at -1s. You know
To
what? I'll be
heal
generous and
1.
say that you healed 8. That you did spend enough time. That the adventuring did count.
All right, no, if we had, no,
I'll say that only
it's one of those
impacted
where
your
if
negative
we,
zeros.
I'm just gonna say I
You
had time to heal 1 point because I have 4 negative zeros.
Okay, that's fair.
Because Vox Body, I'd be at
You
0.
can't have that many. We'll have to go over
I
that in
have
post.
2 extra from that.
It shouldn't give you 2 extra -0s. At most, it should only give you 1. Because for
Oh,
Lunars,
why?
you got a lot more health, but it's in the minus
So,
levels.
yeah, because this is a very weird system.
I may
that
have fucked
no
up
idea how
adding
it
that
works
in
still.
there. It's
So,
okay, we're
yeah,
all
I'll say I'm
learning.
at -1. Then, because 2 zeros,
So,
take 1.
For
heal
now, let's
1,
say you're at your mind.
1 back, I'll be at -1.
Okay, so the rock, yeah, you could heal after this fight. Don't worry, you don't take any permanent damage. This is just
Unless
bruising.
that's what the incapacitated 2 extra on top is?
It means you take more damage before becoming incapacitated. So what happens is the rocket fist comes out and punches you square in the face. You feel your jaw crack, and is that a tooth you spit out? Whatever, you could regrow teeth, you're pretty sure. Still hurts like a bitch, though. Who wants to go next? Who hasn't gone yet? Adam and Nue haven't acted this turn, so if you
No,
want
I
to get a Nue
I
act...
have acted. I was first to act.
Okay,
Oh,
no,
okay.
then I
Anyway.
didn't act
That's
at all
true.
this turn, then. Because
Yes.
we're on turn 2, right?
yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
I only
Yes.
have 1 action, so...
Alright, do you want to act before Nue, then?
Sure. I'm going to look at that rock golem and build up power by shoving my shovel into the ground, cracking my fist and saying, let's see, how deep does rock need to be buried? I mean, you're already dead, but maybe I could torment you more before you die.
Is this an intimidate check?
Maybe, but I'm gathering power.
Okay, go ahead and roll force plus performance.
Oh, great, my weak stat. With my... So that's 76, or 78. 7d10. I don't know why my brain doesn't exist. That's 4. 4 successes,
Okay,
so I
so-
gathered 4 power.
You do.
Oh, wait,
So-
I get minus... What does the -1 mean, though?
Oh, that means to the die pool?
Oh,
Alright, so
So-
roll 66, sorry.
I mean, can we just take the -1 out, since that would theoretically be the last dice there?
Yeah, if you want to. We could just say you gain 3 power instead, just for the sake of speeding this up.
Well, no, I'd still gain 4. Because
Oh,
we're getting
oh,
rid of that 1, because that... I'm going off of the first one rolled is the last one there. Like, the bottom one would be the first rolled.
Just roll 6 again.
Alrighty. Of course, what is it with me in rolling 1s?
Wait, don't you have
I
accuracy?
don't.
No.
Oh, no, you don't,
I
because this
don't.
is build power.
That's why I was saying, like, that's why I was saying, oh, hey, the one at the end, or at the beginning, would technically be the last dice rolled.
Oh, wait, don't... Greatest Inspiring Aura, doesn't that apply to you as well?
No.
Auto successes for a performance-based rolls, though? Inspire rolls to... Nope, it's 2 success bonus, so you do it, then. So you have 4 successes, so you do build 4 power still.
Okay.
2 auto successes. Alright, so you still do it. It's still a very scared suit of armor. The guy on the ceiling is going again.
Alrighty.
He's gonna try and shoot Lathander to build up more power.
As a withering attack, or...
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
Oh, not Lathander. I meant I said Adam, didn't I?
You said Lathander.
No, you said Lathander.
Well, it's just a withering attack.
Let it be at Lathander.
I don't mean to keep targeting you, dude. I'm sorry.
No, dude. Don't worry about it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's your defense?
4.
So he gains
2 power?
from an auto success. He gains 3 power.
Oh, 3. Okay.
All right. Next up is Nue. She looks at you getting hurt, and it's like, all right, yeah, we're not letting that happen again. I'm not losing anyone else. Not this lifetime. She is going to spend a vote for Loyal Guardian approach. So she could take reflexive defend other actions on behalf of another character within close range. And right now, that is for Lathander. So she steps close, silver ore starts shimmering into existence, and her arm just physically grows brand new animal style just to envelop over you. Top of the new round. Who wants to go first?
Doesn't it? What about the other guy?
That was it's players first, enemies first for the next round, and then players first for the third round.
Doesn't he take a turn after each of us?
He took 3 turns already, and so did the the skeleton man. He didn't get to. He didn't get to charge his spell yet. He's been rolling too bad.
Thank goodness.
I don't have power anymore, so I'd be stuck sort of doing something else. If anyone else would... Yeah, if anyone
build power, or do a withering attack to build up, or Lathander could go first to help inspire everyone again.
If you want to do something else, of course, I would allow you. That's perfectly fine. I don't really have anything I personally super want to do, aside from maybe like using emote to turn on vacant or streaming arrow stance, so that I can boost my defense.
Okay. If you want to do that with your turn, that's fine. The ceiling man is going to go again. What's everyone's hardness at?
Hardness 3.
Okay. He has 3 power, so he is going to try a decisive attack on Gavel. Just frantically start shooting at you with another rocket fist. And he has been slowly regenerating emotes with these just standard basic ass bitch attacks, so he is going to try and go full out on this. 1 mote on guard breaking technique to reduce your soak by 1, and then another 2 on bone and steel, and then another 2 on another mote on efficient strike calibration to get 2 bonus damage if this hits.
Okay.
What's your defense?
Defense is 4.
Oh, he rolled like shit. Unfortunately, you are too big for the rocket punch to actually attack you at all, so it just bounce. You deflect it with one of your horns.
Fear me!
10 dice. You only rolled 2 successes.
Fear me!
All right, then. He just kind of looks at, just blinks and loses a power, because that's what happens when you miss a decisive attack. Well, fuck a duck. Who wants to go next?
Oh, I guess I will.
You do have a defense of like 4, right?
Oh, that's correct.
All right, yeah, so even with his accuracy, that's too low.
Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to try and punch war thing again.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's see. All right. So, finesse plus close combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. D10. 7S. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus with the medium thing, that's an automatic, so 5.
He has a defense of 4.
All right.
So that means you gain 2 power.
Ooh, okay.
All right, the Necromancer is up next, and he is going to look at the two people close to him and just keep frantically channeling the last of the necromancy. Nope, still too low. You just can't seem to keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keep that magic up. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Smash is burning.
Okay.
With my 4 power, that should be enough to use my,
If you
Obsidian
do the obsidian
butterflies,
butterflies, you could convert.
Oh,
you
wait,
could
I
use
need
that
to
on
use
the.
will.
Yeah, but you could probably hit both of them because that's a long range
I
attack.
know, but I
so you
have
could
0
hit.
will.
You could just lunge in and.
That could work.
I'm just going to give everybody
All
more
right, be sure to
power,
add
I
the
guess.
2 auto success. Or take that into account, rather.
So that's 1, 2,
1,
3,
3,
4, 5.
4, 5,
So I have
6,
7
7.
to distribute. I'll do
Okay.
5.
Goodness, I'm almost full on power.
gavel,
Yep, power
So
cap's
last
10.
time.
Yep.
All right, Steadfastinating Driver is up next. He is going to look down and half-heartedly fire a bolt off at who hasn't he fired it yet? He's just
Me.
kind of panicking right now.
Adam. yeah, he
he's
hasn't
gonna
fired
fire
at Adam yet.
Adam. No enhance, just straight basic 10
Okay.
dice of attacks. 2, 3, 4. Defense is 5 due to Streaming
Exactly.
Arrow stance, right? In which case he meets but does not exceed your defense. And as a Solar Exalt, you win
That's
ties. Normally the attacker would win on this, but another Solar ability is winning ties, so the fire swirling around you from the discharge of your gun just melts the crossbow bolt in midair before it could reach you. You don't notice an attack at all. Who wants to go next?
I think Gavel's the only one who hasn't went yet. Oh,
No, I
then
win.
The only one who hasn't went wet.
Yeah, I tried
is,
to punch him.
I
Is
thought it was
Adam
top of the
then?
new round. Oh yeah, it is top of the round. I just remembered. So
Yeah, like as helpful as Nue is in terms of moral support and pure raw data, I'd prefer one of the players to have the finishing blow. I'm not doing a
alright,
GNPC
let's do
thing
the
here.
Let's do the funny gun tech. Let's do the funny gun. I got 2 motes to spend. I could spend 2 motes. He hasn't moved from the range where he's at, so I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna fire. We're gonna do 90, 10. 7S. Add the small. By the way, this is a small weapon.
Yeah.
That's 2 successes, 4 successes. Due to automatic success.
His defense is 4. So go ahead and roll the power plus the damage with no bonuses
Okay.
from hitting.
So that would be a 3 damage plus 2. So that's 5d10. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and spend the motes, of course, so that I can double on 9s.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, gonna spend 1 other mote just on Dazzling Flare for the 4 dice bonus. Get myself a nice and even 9.
I should note, when your anima goes to iconic, the book says you could literally be seen for miles.
Everybody cover your eyes. I don't want to blind anybody. It's very upsetting.
That's fine. Lathander's wearing sunglasses
Alright,
according to his art.
that's 4. Because I double on 9s.
Yep. He has a soak
Oh,
right
and
now
it ignores
is...
1 point of soak also.
Oh, well. Finish it.
Well,
Do the finishing blow
I
description.
reflexively reload my gun. I do a cool trick. I point it very intently, and I go, but there's one thing I'm known for, is that I honor my deals. And ain't nobody gonna stop me from making a deal. Especially not some ghost. And my gun charges with the the fury of 1,000 suns, everything goes dark except for a tiny star-shaped mark on the barrel of the gun, which creates a large blast of fire in a direction which blows the armor to smithereens.
And that's combat over, because as soon as he sees that the person with the leash is gone, Mr. SSD will drop from the ceiling. Good. If he's gone, he can't hit the self-destruct button, which means I guess I've slipped the leash enough for now.
And that's that.
I'm sorry. I really am, but she threatened to kill everyone. She could kill everyone I care about if I didn't
Listen,
get all this shit
it's all
for
right.
her.
You did good on your word. Managed to get, as long as we managed to get that leash off of you, it's all. Things should be smooth sailing for now. The fact of the matter is, we got a deal to make, and if you honor your part of the deal, we can at the very least guarantee safety for those you seek to protect. That's a promise.
You're one of those Eclipse casts, so if I give you everything I've got from here, then you'll help save my people? Is that what you're
That
offering?
and point me toward the direction of the person who set you up to this.
Tell you everything I know about her. That sounds like
All
a
right. And the deal's a deal. And I use 5 anima to, and I use I'm not gonna like make him get cursed if he doesn't do the deal.
Not that extra part, because it's real funny though.
So yeah. So I could do a greater oath, or I could do a regular oath. For 2 anima for the regular oath, I can seal an oath between 2 parties, me and them. The sealed are bound to honor the oath or suffer a 2 dice penalty to any subsequent rolls for the rest of the session if they do not. Or, for 5 anima, I can do a greater oath between 2 parties. Anyone who breaks their vow suffers an appropriately grand curse, determined by the storyteller. The other party is aware of when and how the promise was broken.
When it says appropriately grand curse, this is on the level of breaking a gesh in fucking in stories of Cuchulainn or other Irish mythology. This is you'll wish you were dead levels of consequences from breaking a magical oath.
Right.
Hmm.
So as soon as your anima swirls around you, the ring whirls and whirls and whirls. I don't know if you've done this level of oath sealing before, but you could tell that someone, capital S, someone up in heaven is absolutely listening and taking down notes on the wording of what was just said. He looks at over at Lathander. It's like, okay, first things first. I can patch you up. I'm sorry about shooting you, but I can. Here, I know a little bit about
Before
healthcare.
that,
1 second.
Give me some details on who's at danger here. I gotta send a party of appropriate defenders there. They might be able to ward off evil.
All right, Corrack, he manages to fix your lethal injuries to bruised injuries, which mean they will heal faster. He lays his hands on you, and stitches move and rumble about from inside of his clothing, and little tiny filaments and strings of metal are stitching your wounds shut. It's a little painful, but it's helpful.
How dare you?
He makes an apologetic face, actually multiple apologetic faces, because there's 2 tiny small faces inside his cheeks. One is perpetually smiling, the other's perpetually frowning.
Oh, okay.
Alright, he looks up. Okay. That woman, as you saw her name outside, she says that some demon from the underworld ate her real name, so she has to call herself Sky Sundering Shadow, or else something bad happens.
Oh, you mean Vanessa?
That makes sense.
I don't think the Neverborn were named Vanessa, no.
Alright. That makes sense.
He sighs, and she called herself an Abyssal. Does that name mean anything to you?
Yeah. That means...
So all of you would have heard the rumors about what happened to a city If you scroll all the way back up to the map, if you find a little thing on the river close to the center called Thorns, that's a city that got taken over by the undead about 5 years ago. They just popped up out of nowhere and started invading.
Ow.
And they took over the entire city, and at the vanguard of the invasion force were so-called abyssal exalts.
So that'll call
on the same power level as a solar.
So that'll call
very dangerous.
So that'll call for the greater cavalry. I'll make sure to put in a word with them. With a few fellas back from the academy.
And for Lathander, Seven Obsidian Leopard, your necromancy lunar teacher, would have also told you about the abyssals, mainly because of complaining, and aggravated drunken yelling that they're better necromancers than he is.
That seems about right.
Because until they showed up 5 years ago, lunars were the best necromancers in town. And then these assholes started showing up and ripping open holes in reality willy-nilly right into the underworld.
And I'm on the phone. Meanwhile, I'm on the phone.
Right,
Hey Phil, remember that time you went to jail on your mom's birthday? Yeah, I need a favor. And it's going to cost you about the same.
Okay, in regards to these messages being sent about probably by letter in reality, he continues speaking, and he holds up his left hand, and his ring finger is missing. She took this, gestures at the hole where his finger used to be, and there's a bunch of other alchemicals around. It's called a batch, I think. I only just woke up like a year or so ago. Someone hauled this out of storage. Details are still fuzzy. I only really remember started forming memories until a bit ago, but the point is, she went to all of us and took a finger, and I don't even know what she's doing with everyone else, but for me, maybe because I'm made of soul steel and she's resonant with that or whatever, but she's been making me do all her dirty work, and a tribe of friends, like a few hundred people I keep track of, make sure that the Prasadi don't go nuts and absorb them all into their own fucked up country.
Makes sense.
She has a guard posted near them. The lower soul of that guy you just disintegrated. If I ever went out of line, it would have killed all of them. Now it can't send the signal, at least not until it regenerates for another year and a day, so I guess that's the time clock on going there, finding my friends, and killing that bastard.
Alright, just about all the time I need.
And all those fingers, by the way, he raises up the other hand. She made a fucked up gauntlet out of our fingers. 6 different kinds of magical metal, one finger for each.
That's just in bad taste.
I know. It's really fucked up. The reason that I wanted to come here, even without the whole blackmail material, is that fucker's, like, all her minions are hiding away under some kind of, what's it called? Pocket space that is in the space elsewhere. Yeah, they're hiding in some kind of elsewhere pockets where the villagers can't actually hurt them. They know they're there and all that shit, but they're stuck in some kind of shadowland or elsewhere hole. I don't know the specifics, but the point is that there's a few ways in here to go through those extra spaces, punch extraplanar people in the face. A trick I could use to copy the powers of one of the magical material artifacts without actually taking any power away from it. Like, if you have any way of, I don't know, breaching holes into other realities or making pocket spaces, then I could use that and go with you to help my friends out. Or you could do it for me. It's your call.
Right. What we got? Well,
Because at this rate, I have enough wiggle room to get the fuck away from her for now.
that's true.
Right, I gotta give you all the information. Hang on, I'm getting all my notes in order, he says. His eyes roll to the back of his head for a moment as he goes through every little damn detail. He knows what just happened. He does not want to break that oath.
Right. I'm
She's
already writing all
for
this down. Don't you worry. I'm sending all the instructions to my man on the outside, so to speak.
Hey, it's the dude I shot in the leg. You feeling any better? Stitches doing their work?
That's you, Lathander.
Or no, or was that the other
Yeah,
guy?
it was at Lathander.
Lathander! Corrack!
Corrack?
Yes.
Did you fall asleep?
Lathander fell asleep, it seems, yeah.
Hold on. Alright, I'm gonna need you guys to deafen yourselves for about 5 seconds. Give me a second. All
I
right.
think he's faking being asleep, don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm faking it.
Yeah, he's getting. Yeah, you're getting closer. Okay, yeah.
Alright, so in this case, yeah, he appears to be passed out into a healing coma.
Yeah.
Full-on Lunar Bear Sleep style. I knew it picked up, it's like, oh, yeah, I've heard some of the elders can get like this. Like, Mahasuchi has this thing where he passes the fuck out for decades at a time. Just goes into a full-on depression coma. It's really sad. Those elders do not take good care of themselves. Oh, while you're going through that, I took a look at that ball, and you look, and while a Steadfast City Driver was in the middle of that monologue, she just took the Hearthstone he was holding, and she just starts looking at it.
Right.
Oh, this could be something real powerful, but it's kind of cracked right now. I've said it a few times, and a Hearthstone is a token of essence, kind of like, but legally distinct from a Final Fantasy VII materia. You could slot it into artifact weapons. A lot of them have holes in them where they go to get further powers. For instance, there is a hole inside of the Orichalcum gun. Just big enough for that Hearthstone to fit inside if it worked. So the unfortunate thing is, she mainly had me here as a distraction.
I imagine.
That ghost, she called this ghost back and she impaled it to make a new Hearthstone on it. It was some fucked up necromancy spell, and he spilled all the beans on there being other people coming here. And she wanted all that shit for her own evil experiments. Like, she was gonna melt down all sorts of shit to build new shit with it. Wanted something like a War Strider? I don't think there was enough in here for a War Strider, because, like, the Nightcast had been here and had pilfered a lot of the other vaults, but I think at least one of the other tombs might have been untouched, so... And if you hurry, you might still be able to catch her through the portal and take care of the supply wagon that's still going. As a matter of fact, it might be good to go run off in there and see if you could catch her before it fully dissolves.
All right. You heard a man. Let's get moving.
All right, we could do a quick chase event. Let's do a quick force plus athletics check to see if you can make it in time.
Pleasure making business.
Okay.
This is kind of late-ish, and yeah, this is a little... I don't want to run a full...
Force plus what?
Force plus athletics for speed.
Ruh-roh. All right.
Does Lathander wake up?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna kick him awake then.
He's in his sleep.
Okay.
No, okay. I'm just running.
Wait, what happened?
You're on a chase to see if the portal she opened to get out of here closes before you could get to it.
Sure, I'll run and see what I can do. So what is it?
Oh.
It's force plus
Oh, right.
athletics.
So we're doing...
Yeah, no, I'm not making that. None of us are built for force or athletics.
I'm built for somewhat force, but no athletics.
Let me check. Let me check. Let me check the sheet. I would also allow physique.
Let me just...
Oh.
Physique? Okay, then let me do that
Yeah,
then.
I
Hold
still
on.
get that one. I don't want to roll just 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. We're gonna end off the session soonish then. I think. I don't want to go too long without another player. That's a little sad. Okay, so let me just quickly send out a message. All right. Let me quickly roll for Nue.
She's probably a little better at that than us.
A little bit.
I certainly imagine so.
Yeah, a little bit. She can roll 8 dice, I think, on this. 3. Well, 3 is what you need, so Gavel and Nue make it there just in time before the portal closes. You run your way all the way through the opened twilight door. Okay, and you do see what appears to be just a straight open gate into the underworld in front of you.
Oh, lovely.
Like, she appears to have used necromancy to just wrench open a pathway immediately through this door leading into nothing, like an Organization 13 portal from Kingdom Hearts that just stayed open for a while. Blood is leaking from the thin air out of the abscesses into unreality, and looks like it's closing by the second right now.
Well, I'm gonna dive in. I'm diving in.
Okay. Diving right into the underworld, and Nue just kind of wait. Should we? Shit. She puts her spear on the ground and just kind of uses. Let me have her roll to see if she can prop the door to the underworld open. What is her sagacity? 0. Let's roll a pure fortitude check.
I would like to maybe find a way to do... Actually, yeah, I can do something about that. Let's go. Domains Beneficence.
All right, go ahead and spend a mote, and you can add 3 die to her roll.
I spend it up, and I go, open sesame, but with feeling.
1 more success.
Oh my goodness.
That's what you needed.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, thinking back on what Mr. Powerclass told you on how to best manipulate the forces of the world around you, you conjure some lava, you pull some of the lava back from the trap chamber in the back and use it to anchor the door shut. It immediately hardens around it, and in spite of this being a spiritual door into nothingness, it is just held there now with this spear propping it open.
All right.
At this point, I've already dived in.
Oh, yeah, you just see behind you them holding the door open so you do not get stuck like a dumbass. All right, the last major scene I have here is of there's a ship that Lathander saw in the distance way back in session 1 where he was seeing a ghost ship. That's what the first thing you see as soon as you go through the portal is you see another version of the island. This appears to open up a bit further up in the underworld itself. There appears to be a cart loading onto it, and it just is taking a crate full of various loot away. And you see a black anima shining on that ship. You caught up literally at the very last possible second before she could mark off with all your shit.
Hold it right there.
Thank goodness.
A bit more of a follow-up on there. Mr. SSD comes through, and he just kind of looks and is like, I'm sorry, I can't come with you to fight her. She still has some control over me with the whole finger shit, and
That's fine. Just make sure you can make it to your place. Just make sure you can make it to your friends. We'll take it from here.
Listen, it's gonna be a bit before she could take sail. They're still in the middle, and I don't think they've noticed us yet. You're probably gonna want to get ready, though.
Of course.
If you want, you may even have time to, because you've propped the thing open, you might be able to go through the rest of the portal chamber, through the rest of the tomb too, and continue getting shit through there.
I guess that's if you say. I thought it was a lot more urgent than you first made it out to be.
I mean, honestly, I wasn't thinking you were gonna be able to keep that portal open, but I guess whatever she put into that spear of yours and that lava thing you did, what was that trick? That might be able to keep it open.
But yeah.
Druhyu actually speaks up. It's like, yeah, that's actually some really impressive craftswork. I didn't know Solars could do the lava shit. Isn't that more Dragon Blood's?
No, I learned it from a friend. This is his craft.
Huh. Guess we're all learning new things every day. I can survive drinking lava, and maybe you can. No, probably best not to risk that. All right. Let's end this episode off here a little bit early, but we'll end off on zooming on a ship. The camera slowly pivots to see... The camera pivots to show this woman standing on the prow with a forehead bleeding black blood. She looks at the orichalcum blade she is holding, taken from God knows whose tomb at this point. She has been in more places than the characters have been aware of yet. She looks over at the horizon towards a storm gathering there in the underworld. And then she looks skyward at the malformed stars in the sky. I'm sorry, my friends, but I need to do this. To make an omelet, you need to break a few eggs. And to make this world better, I'll need to break quite a few eggs indeed. How it has to be if we want to make a better world.
Thank you for listening to FateBreakers. We here at the Action Economy crew are really excited to bring you our first big project, and you can also follow our socials for more of our content. Actual plays live and die by word of mouth, so if you enjoyed this episode, or know a friend or two would be interested in the setting or story we're telling, spreading the word is a great help to a brand new podcast. Me and the players have a lot of ideas on plot seeds for later, both in the far future and 2 weeks from now, in the next episode of FateBreakers. Catch you then.